Bonnie and Clyde is a story of two young Texans that embarked on a journey of crime sprees for numerous years beginning in the early 1930s. They were seen as criminal stars, known as a duo. Clyde Burrows was a man with great musical abilities, but also a great influence from his brother who introduced a life of theft. Bonnie Parker was a woman with hopes of becoming involved with the film industry and seeing her name in the papers, which she did, but a negative connotation went along with it. These two encountered one another in Texas in January 1930, as the movie reveals accurately. Bonnie Parker was married to Roy prior to meeting Clyde, but she was eventually left alone and she assisted Clyde in escaping from jail with a gun smuggled by Bonnie. Clyde was recaptured but took matters into his own hands by chopping off part of his left foot using an axe to get parole. He escaped abuse, starvation, and repeated rape from fellow prisoners as shown in the movie. Bonnie unexpectedly urged Clyde to resume the events that placed him in jail twice. The movie shows multiple scenes of bank robberies completed by Bonnie and Clyde, but this was an inaccurate depiction because they robbed less than 15 banks in total. Bonnie was usually the lookout, rather than the forceful partner imagined.
Good afternoon, this is the Barrel Gang. Now, if everybody would just take it easy, nobody will get hurt.
Making Bonnie Parker out to be the mind behind the Barrow Gang plan is the largest historical inaccuracy of the film. Realistically, it is believed that Clyde Barrow initiated the violent behavior and manipulated Bonnie into robbing, stealing, and murdering. As this was placed in the early 30s, the two characters were stuck in the slums of West Dallas. They had practically nothing, and it was expected they would stay poor because that was the norm at the time. Texas was so economically low that their home had hardly noticed a change, but countrywide, the use of banks and government was seen as the enemy. The film revealed scenes where banks had an empty vault where random citizens they stole from had nothing but a couple of dollars to hand over to them. As usual, women of the Depression era were meant to keep quiet and keep to their family, minus the few in the service industries. Bonnie being such a big part of the movie was more of a modern-day idea and movement. Bonnie and Clyde appear to have both close connections with their family, but crime alters the strength. Bonnie and Clyde could be known as the first two modern icons because of the media feeding into a story. The movie claims that a writer under the name PJ follows their stories all the way to their death, but that's false. Multiple stories were written about them, including lines begging for an end, like Barrow and Bonnie caused a state legislator to offer a $1,000 reward for the capture of the most dangerous desperado in the Middle West. Bonnie and Clyde took on his old pal Ray as their gunman, but was replaced later on. After numerous shootings and stealings, Clyde convinces his brother Buck Barrow and L.C. Barrow to tag along. In the movie, only Buck joins along with his wife after completing his time in prison. It begins to accurately line up again as the picture displays distinct and notable events completed by the group of five. Most importantly, the duo releases 5 prisoners from East Ham State Prison, which helps the group later on when they need a getaway home.
You got 1 minute to exit the building.
How did the police never catch these two? They were incredibly talented in breaking into cars and covering their tracks. As the movie tells, Texas Ranger Frank Hammer is assigned to locate these two immediately. The Laws, as they call the police, found a tip by locating a stolen Ford in Paulshawken, Oklahoma, abandoned in Michigan. The movie says that the car was stolen from Missouri, when it was actually Illinois. Nevertheless, the tip began a manhunt that ended on May 23, 1934. The officers from Louisiana and Texas managed to instantly kill Bonnie and Clyde as the two attempted to drive away from the hidden group.
The inevitable end. Retribution. Here is Clyde Barrow and Bonnie Parker, who died as they lived, by the gun.
Overall, the movie is not an accurate historical depiction of the story, but it gets their journey across clearly. Bonnie and Clyde were relentless in their actions and were good at living on the run. The multiple chase scenes and encounters with the police enhanced the truthfulness in the story. Basically, it comes to the fact that the film industry took a real-life story with a historical background and altered it to benefit their picture. The real-life story as well as the film show the desperation of the 30s and the urgency for money. Although the consequences were ultimately death, Bonnie and Clyde were only trying to achieve their dream of a lake house and believed they would get to it through stealing their money. All in all, there is a difference between fact and fiction, but Bonnie and Clyde were able to make their names eternally known either way.